I am anti-Marcos. I do not want Marcos to win. I do not want Marcos to be the president of the Philippines. Just to summarize quickly the history of the Philippines, if you watch my minimalism videos, especially part 3, you will know that I do know my Philippines history. So what happened was the Marcos family. So let's just state the facts, okay? The Marcos family came to power. They were dictators. They declared martial law in the Philippines for 20 years. Marcos and the First Lady, Imelda Marcos, ruled the Philippines together. Marcos eventually and Imelda, his wife, they were ousted in a revolution, in the People Power Revolution. And Marcos eventually died because his health had deteriorated due to kidney-related health issues. So he died. And the Marcos family, we learned recently, funded the Duterte campaign. And so Duterte is now president. He will no longer be president. And now it looks like the son of Marcos, the son of Imelda, perhaps literally a son of a blank, will be president. Marcos will be president. And so it certainly looks, all appearances, it's a deal. It's a deal. Hey, Duterte, man, I'll give you money, but then you have to make my son president after you. Yeah, Imelda, no problem. Walang problema. But my daughter gets to be vice president, so then she'll be president next time, and then both of our families will rule this country, be the de facto leaders, and that's democracy. Okay. So I'm anti-Marcos. Full disclosure, I do not want Marcos to be president. I don't think he should be president. It looks like he will be president. But, the Philippines, politics in the Philippines is very unpredictable. Politics really, the future is unpredictable, okay? Some people thought there was no way Duterte is going to win. He's just too foul-mouthed, no way, but he won. Same thing in the U.S. with Trump. There's no way he's going to win, but he won. And of course, nobody saw COVID coming, or at least, anything can happen. And anything can happen. I'm a U.S. citizen. They can make me president of the Philippines. Why not? So let me talk a little bit about politics, and hopefully later this week we'll drop another video, not live. It was recorded already, where I give more of a general political commentary, but I'm going to be really specific here. So what I'm going to say is, well, first of all, before Duterte was president, he was the mayor of Davao, and Davao subsequently is a very safe city, but at what cost? Now, I live in Davao, and I like the safety of Davao. That's one thing I like about Davao. It's safe. A lot of people, I'm not the only one who will say that. This is just an anecdote, but a few years ago, before COVID, my wife and I were leaving Gaisano Mall here in Davao, and this girl in front of us, maybe teenager, maybe 20s, she had her phone in her back pocket, sticking out of her back pocket. And I said to my wife, she can't do that in Manila, can she? And my wife said, no way. There are so many hold-uppers in Manila, pickpockets, etc., etc. But at what cost are we safe? And we're safe because the cops can just kill people. And that's wrong. I don't want to live in fear. Now, I'm a white man. It's, oh, I don't have my mask. Well, if you can imagine, imagine me wearing my mask. So see, I look Filipino. So if some people see me like this with my mask, they start speaking Bisaya, and then I have to do this. Oh, sorry, English only. And then I have to put my mask back on. Now, or it could be that they know I'm a foreigner and they just don't feel like speaking English. Anyway, but look, in it, we do not know that these people that the cops are killing are guilty because they've never had a trial. There are still no jury trials in the Philippines. Okay, so yes, the city is safer, but I don't like how we got here. If we're a safe city because, and I say I'm not Filipino, but I say we because I live in the Philippines. I don't like how we got here because if we got here by killing people without a trial or extrajudicial killing, then that's not the way to go. Where does it stop? Can the cops just kill people in broad daylight? Where are the families of the people that Duterte has killed or who have been killed while Duterte was mayor or while he was president? Is every mayor is that the answer in Manila? Should the mayor of Manila tell the cops, hey, kill everybody? Where are the family members of those who have been killed? Why isn't the media talking to them? Why aren't they getting platforms? I don't know. Now let's talk about the Marcos family and why Marcos should not be president. Well, first of all, let's get the history correct. The Marcos regime was not a golden age of the Philippines. If it was, then why was Aquino murdered? And then if they were such good leaders, why was there a revolution? Oh, well, our Marcos is such a great leader. We're going to kick him out with a revolution. Wait, what? Oh, the Marcos era was a golden age. Really? Then why were people so upset that in a revolution they kicked him out? Okay, the fact is the Marcos era was not a golden age because in the 1980s, remember what happened? Those of us who were here, I was not here, but looking at the historical record, the market crashed. The market crashed. So economically, it was not a golden age, okay? And while many Filipinos are living in poverty, Imelda Marcos has 3,000 pairs of shoes. It makes no sense. There are some terrific. Watch all of those videos. I mean, she's on video. There we got the graphic. She's on this video saying, this is a direct quote, "I want to mother the Philippines and the whole world." And then later she says, "Nobody can stop me." And if you watch the other videos, which are very good videos, I'm not a mental health professional, but in my opinion, Imelda Marcos that's a terrific video you've got to watch. We've got the graphic up on it now. The director of a documentary called The Kingmaker, which I believe you can stream on Amazon Prime. I don't know if you'll be able to stream it from the Philippines. I'm not going to try it because I'm cheap, or as we say in the Philippines, kuripot. That's why I'm sorry, the video quality and the sound quality of my videos are not that good. That's another great interview talking with Andy Bautista. So again, I'm cheap, I'm kuripot. That's why and this channel's brand new. Okay, so please be patient. Cut me some slack. But the video and sound quality are not that good. I know, but we're just starting out. We're just getting started. And besides, like I mentioned before in my previous video, I don't want this channel to be about, oh, it's visually really good or the audio is really good. I want it to be a boring news channel, just the facts. So getting back to the facts, or the fact of my opinion, I'm not a mental health professional. I think Imelda Marcos is a psychopath. I really do. I think that she believes that she can do anything because she has done a lot and gotten away with it. We know for a fact that they stole at least $5 billion from the Philippines. Taxpayer money. So those of you who are watching and you support Marcos and you want the Marcos family and the Duterte family to be in control of this country. Look, they took $5 billion of your taxes. Look, let's say we take away all of Imelda Marcos' shoes. She only has one pair of flip-flops. You imagine Imelda Marcos walking around with her dress with her big hair and her big shoulder pads, and you look down and she's wearing flip-flops. That would be a funny video. Anyway, the solution is not to make Imelda Marcos have only one pair of flip-flops. That's all she has, and the rest of her shoes, we sell them and we give the money to the poor. The solution is we have to fix the system so that poor people can climb out of poverty. Okay, and the problem is that people fall into poverty and then they stay in poverty. In the United States, it's really bad. There are college professors in the United States who are homeless. That's a fact. Okay, anyway, getting back to the Marcos family, they are murderers. Duterte is a murderer. He has said he doesn't care about human rights. He has said he wants to stick a gun in a woman's private parts and pull the trigger. 300 people disappeared during the Marcos martial law. MML. Mixed martial law. Ha, ha, ha. I just made that up. I'm so witty. I'm so clever. I should be a comedian. Anyway, during the Marcos martial law, not mixed martial law, during the Marcos martial law, 300 Filipinos disappeared. What happened to them? We don't know. We do know 3,000 Filipinos died under Marcos martial law. So, go tell your friends, I don't want Marcos as president. And they will say, oh, why don't you want Marcos as president? And you can reply by saying, I don't want to see 300 people disappear, more people disappear, and I don't want to see 3,000 more people die. You know, what's going to happen to critics of Marcos? You know, Andy Bautista, he felt like for the safety of himself and his family, he had to leave the Philippines. You know, is that going to happen? Anyway, the fact is 300 people disappeared during the Marcos regime. 3,000 people died during the Marcos regime. So I am anti-Marcos. I don't want him to be president. I don't think it would be good for the Philippines. And I don't want to live in a country where people will be dying and disappearing again. Now, just because this happened during the first Marcos regime doesn't mean it will happen to the second Marcos presidency. But we do know is that's my concern. Let's put it that way. That's my concern. First of all, if Marcos is going around, if Bongbong Marcos is going around telling people that the Marcos martial law was the golden age. That's just not true, because in the 1980s there was a crash, and the economy crashed, and 300 people disappeared, and 3,000 people died. That's not a golden age. Now, what will happen in the future? No one can predict the future. I don't know what will happen in the future, but I don't want Marcos to be president, because I am afraid, I don't know this will happen, I do not know this will happen, but I am afraid that it will be similar to the past President Duterte, where people were getting killed by the police. And I'm afraid that, like his parents, 300 people will disappear, 300 more people will disappear, and 3,000 more people will disappear. We cannot predict the future, but the past, some people say past is prologue. Some people say that the best predictor of the future is the past. We'll see.